From Jose Figueroa Agosto to Eugen Cardenas, this is a list of the 10 deadliest drug dealers in history. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will feature 10 most dangerous drug dealers to ever live. But first, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and enable the notification bell so you can see more interesting videos like this. The phrase drug dealer refers to a person who engages in the illicit drug trade or drug trafficking, with the assistance of a group of individuals working for him to carry out such illegal activity, and is therefore regarded as a criminal leader operating his company around the world. This indicates that they have made a significant contribution to drug trafficking, one that should be examined. The most hazardous drug dealers to ever reside below are these. 10. Dario Antonio Usuga David. Usuga, also known by his alias Otonio, is the head of the Gulf Clan, a drug trafficking organization. Among other crimes, he is charged with murdering police officers, recruiting juveniles, and sexually assaulting youngsters, in addition to delivering many shipments of cocaine to the United States. He was apprehended and detained in October 2021 by Colombian police after a decade-long manhunt, and he was extradited to the U.S. in May 2022. There were 132 active arrest warrants for him at the time of his apprehension. 9. Jose Figueroa Agosto. Jose Figueroa Agosto, often known as Junior Capsula and the Pablo Escobar of the Caribbean, was the leader of a significant drug ring that produced 90% of the cocaine in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, Agosto had been convicted of murder and was serving a 209-year sentence when, in 1999, he managed to get out of jail. In July 2010, FBI investigators managed to apprehend him once more, and he has been detained since. Agosto was sought in the Dominican Republic for his crimes there, as well as those he perpetrated in Puerto Rico, including abduction, money laundering, and narcotics trafficking. 8. Dawood Ibrahim. Dawood Ibrahim, the most wanted felon from India, is known for his involvement in organized crime, drug trafficking, and extortion. He was also accused of being behind the 1993 Mumbai bombing. He is the founder and originator of the D Company, which is connected to several other crooks. The organized crime syndicate, which mostly operates in Pakistan, India, and the United Arab Emirates, has been involved in everything from drug trafficking to contract murders. Dawood was designated a global terrorist in 2003 by the governments of India and the United States. He is regarded as the second richest mobster of all time and presently resides in Pakistan. 7. Eugen Cardenas Gillen. Eugen Cardenas Gillen, the head of the Gulf Cartel, earned the moniker El Mata Amigos, the buddy killer, because he murdered his friend and mentor. The northeastern region of Mexico was under the grip of this cartel, an organization that engaged in organized crime. Gillen later rose to lead Los Zetas, a group notorious for its severe brutality and violence. In addition to drug trafficking, Los Zetas engaged in human smuggling, abduction, extortion, and gun trafficking. 6. Kun Sa. The Opium King, also known as Kun Sa, wasn't only a drug king. In addition, he was a warlord who oversaw a Burmese militia, while also working as an international narcotics trafficker. He was the main force behind the heroin influx into the U.S. starting in the 1970s. His stuff was the best in the business, in the DEA's quite adoring terms. Kun Sa even made the U.S. government an offer to purchase his whole narcotics business. Kun Sa finally put up the criminal overlord business to enjoy a tranquil retirement when the U.S. replied, "No thanks." And unlike his fellow terrible guys, he passed away naturally rather than in a hail of gunfire. 5. Arturo Beltran Leyva. Arturo Beltran Leyva, the head of the cartel, understood the value of branding. Some of his hit men had flak jackets bearing the FEDA emblem, which stood for Special Forces of Arturo in Spanish. The boss of bosses, a violent criminal who had previously worked for the infamous drug lord El Chapo, turned on the gangster and hired a hit squad of about 15 men to kill El Chapo's kid. Even more abruptly, Arturo Beltran Leyva's collapse occurred. He was surrounded in another opulent building, by no less than 200 Mexican Marines, a few military helicopters, and 2 army tanks. Naturally, he didn't survive that one either. 4. Amado Carrillo Fuentes. Amado Carrillo Fuentes, who succeeded Pablo Escobar as one of the most powerful cocaine traffickers in the world, earned the nickname Lord of the Skies for his employment of a large number of planes to transport the white substance. With billions of money to his name, his brilliant scheme made him one of history's wealthiest criminals. He was nonetheless a touch too intelligent for his good. Fuentes underwent covered plastic surgery to drastically modify his look, and he passed away afterward. 3. Griselda Blanco. Colombian drug kingpin Griselda Blanco, often known as La Madrina, began dealing cocaine in the early 1970s when a teenage Pablo Escobar was still boosting vehicles. Escobar would later rise to prominence as the 1980s greatest kingpin, but Blanco was maybe the largest queenpin. Griselda Blanco, also from Colombia and well known as the godmother of cocaine, was a member of the Medellin cartel. She was thought to have killed nearly 2,000 people while transferring cocaine from Colombia to New York, after taking part in the drug-related violence known as the Miami Drug War. Griselda Blanco rose to celebrity. During this incident, the atmosphere was completely lawless and upheaval. As a result of her occupation, she made a sizable sum of money. Griselda Blanco was one of the deadliest ladies in the whole Colombian cocaine trade. She was involved in everything from drive-by motorbike hit squads to house invasions to shootings in shopping malls. To get the medicine into as many hands as possible, Blanco exploited her outstanding commercial acumen. A motorcycle riding guy murdered Griselda Blanco. Blanco's legacy of mass murder by gunning down several victims. 2. El Chapo's Guzman. Although Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is not the first drug lord to come out of Sinaloa State in northwest Mexico's Sierra Madre Highlands. Formerly in charge of the notorious worldwide criminal organization known as the Sinaloa Cartel, which is located in Mexico. Marijuana, cocaine, and methamphetamine were Guzman's main drug operations. Between 2009 and 2013, Forbes listed Guzman as one of the most powerful individuals in the world thanks to the fortune that Guzman's cartel had given him. Guzman was detained and then deported to Mexico, where he will be imprisoned once more. He managed to escape from many jails, and he is now being held in a federal prison in the United States for the duration of a variety of criminal offenses. One of his accomplishments that have endured even after his incarceration is tunnel construction. The United States government has been able to identify 35 routes that Guzman's cartel originally used to conduct narcotics trafficking after Guzman was apprehended. According to reports, the recently found tunnels had all the necessary amenities, including elevators, ventilators, and steel tracks for the carts that were used to transport medicine smoothly. 1. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, one of the most effective cocaine smugglers, was born in Colombia. The Medellin cartel, which dealt with drug cartels and operated in nations including the United States, Central America, Panama, Bolivia, Canada, and Peru, was headed by Pablo Escobar. The king of cocaine, Pablo Escobar, is regarded as the most wealthy felon in history. Pablo Escobar was responsible for a monthly supply of around 70 tons of cocaine into Colombia, which is how he swiftly amassed wealth. Escobar's wealth and income are difficult to quantify, although it is estimated that by the middle of the 1980s, he was earning $420 million per week, or almost $22 billion annually. The Colombian authorities tried to halt Escobar's operations after becoming aware of his criminal empire. Conflicts between the government and drug traffickers in Colombia led to a surge of bloodshed that lasted for years. About 600 police officers were killed as a result of his alleged planning, and their families are still working to get justice. When he was 44 years old, the Colombian National Police assassinated him. Colombia has been impacted significantly by Escobar and the criminal empire he created. His demise sparked the breakup of his cartel, which in turn sparked a type of evolution in the nation's criminal underground that resulted in more compact, potent gangs. With that being stated, we have concluded today's video. Thank you for sticking with us through it, and I hope you liked the journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded from our channel. Do well share your thoughts in the comment sections.